Good morning, everybody. What's going on? It is Monday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am Maisha Edmond, licensed cosmetologist in the state of New York. I am also a certified trichologist. Super excited to be here today. I'm going to be on my client page for a little bit. And I will be talking about winter hair and scalp, just talking about some issues that you might be seeing on the scalp while you are going through this winter season. And then I'm going to hop off and I'm going to get right back on and go over to my pro page. So if you are a professional, then you might want to see me on the other side. However, just a bit of housekeeping. I am live here on Edmond_trichology, and that is on Instagram. I'm live on my Maisha Edmond page, and I am live on YouTube. So today, right now, this second right here, right? I'm going to be talking to the clients, right? So this is my client page, right? This is my everyday woman, everyday fabulous woman. But then after this, I'm going to be live on Trichology 911 because I have some special announcements for those leaders over there, okay? So a little bit of housekeeping. If you are a person who is experiencing extreme dandruff, tenderness, all those different things, oiliness of scalp, all that stuff right there. Oops, cancel. Almost messed up, y'all. Then I need you to go ahead and go to hey Ivy, I need you to go to the link in my bio on Instagram if you need a phone consultation. If you need a phone consultation and you are an everyday, woman, and you like this dandruff is getting crazy and it's messing up my cute, then I need you to click the link in my bio and go ahead and get a phone consultation. It is a full analysis, as much as I can do on the phone, where I will be offering you an analysis of your products, a suggestion of the products that you should be using. Hey, girl. Also, just a breakdown of what you're going through and how we can remedy it by doing DIY. And so that is that. So if that is you, by all means, join me. If you are a professional, you can stick around. But right after this, I'm going to go ahead and fly over to Trichology 911, Trichology_911 on Instagram, and give you this big announcement. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about it. So it is the winter season. I do not know where you are located, but it's cold. Okay, it's chilly. It's a little brisk. If you're from New York, it's brick. If you're from certain parts of New York, it's mad brick, right? So it is very cold outside. And guess what? It definitely is going to affect our hair and our scalp. And so that made me think about some inflammatory issues that you may be seeing on the scalp and in the scalp that may be, hindering your cute. And we don't want that. So let's talk about it. I'm going to be talking about winter hair and scalp. I'm going to be talking about seborrheic dermatitis and possibly some other things, but definitely seborrheic dermatitis. It is something that I see often and that is common for a lot of my clients, right? Especially me being in what is considered a temperate climate. Okay, so let's get into it and I'm going to get out your way. So seborrheic dermatitis is an inflammatory issue, right? And that means that there's inflammation going on, right? So it tends to occur in oily areas of the skin, right? So that would be, of course, the scalp. That would be like your eyebrows, the sides of your nose. If you see somebody, that has that, also like behind the ears. So it's a big thing in those areas. So usually that is something that you may even see in babies. If you see it in infants, we call it cradle cap, right? So seborrheic dermatitis and cradle cap are the same thing. By the way, I do have something that you can use. It's safe for babies for cradle cap. So There you go. Okay. So it doesn't affect your overall health, right? But it can be uncomfortable. It's something that can be considered embarrassing, especially when it's on visible parts of the body. So if it's on your face and if it's on those different, hey, George, if it's on your face and your eyebrows and behind your ears and all that other stuff. So seborrheic dermatitis is the same as cradle cap. So if you're like, I have this dandruff and I always get this flare up of dandruff in the winter, all dandruff is not created equal. It's not all the same or equally. So that means that you could be experiencing seborrheic dermatitis. Now, okay, it is not a sign that you're not clean, right? It is it tends to recur, but the flare-ups are manageable. So my thing is, what are you doing to manage your seborrheic dermatitis? And so if you're not doing anything to manage it, then it's going to possibly look worse. So let's go over some of the causes and some of those things that we may see, some of those characteristics that we may see that will let us know that this may possibly be something that we are facing. So you will have like inflammation, of course, because it is an inflammatory issue, right? So, and you also may get like redness, or it's called erythema. So there'll be red patches on the scalp, right? Also scaling or dandruff. So you see that dandruff, then there's that. Also, when you're looking at the dandruff, it could be yellow or it could be white, right? And remember, that's the eyebrows, that's the scalp, that's the beard, that's the mustache if you're a guy. So that's something that's really big too. Also, scalp itching and tenderness, and that tenderness lends to the inflammation. And let me see, there are like certain causes. There are certain causes, right? One of the big ones that I see, and when my clients make this adjustment, they are like starting to see that it's more manageable, and that's poor fatty diets, fried foods, lots of fried foods, sugar, like excessive sugar, alcohol, different things like that, right? So if you have a poor fatty diet, right, lots of fast food and all that other stuff, fried foods, then you may see a flare up, like a bigger flare up. Also, winter weather, and this is why I'm talking about it, because if it's cold, you're living in a winter, area right now, area that is like very cold in the winter, then you might be experiencing that. And then stress has a lot to do with so many types of hair loss and scalp issues. And so I want to admonish you that if you are experiencing this dandruff and it's like itching and all that other stuff, you are going to make sure that you get to speak to a trichologist. You can call me. Well, you can't call me, but you can book a phone consultation, and I'll be able to get to the bottom of that. And then if you needed a full consultation, you by all means can do that as well. Okay, so let's talk about treatments. I told you I'm gonna be flying through. Let's talk about treatments really quick. So try some treatments for seborrheic dermatitis are like antifungals, right? So like ketoconazole, like if you go to your dermatologist, they may go ahead and they will suggest that to you, recommend that to you. So I did find that it is very drying. So if you are using ketoconazole and you're like, it's not working, that's why I'm not using it, but your dandruff is getting worse, then what I want you to do is schedule your phone analysis. Let me know that you are using ketoconazole, and I will give you a strategy to remedy the dryness that comes with it, so that you can still use it, but you also can have a nice healthy scalp as well, right? Also, your dermatologist may give you hydrocortisone or corticosteroids. Come on, Maisha, right? And that is to reduce like inflammation, itching, and discomfort. But also, when you look at adjusting what you're eating, taking dairy out of your diet, sugar, processed like white flour, sugar, and different things like that, fatty foods, fast foods, then you will begin to see a reduction in your inflammation. Also, don't forget, you are drinking half your body weight in ounces of water so that you can flush out the system and all that other stuff. So that's really good. Now let's get to like shampoos, right? You may be using the wrong shampoo. So you may get like a ketoconazole shampoo from your dermatologist, but then there are other shampoos. If you're like, listen, it's tearing my hair up and I need some dermatologist, I am that bridge between your regular stylist and your dermatologist, then I'm going to give you something that may have zinc pyrithione in it. It may have selenium in it. It may have coal tar. It may have salicylic acid in it, depending on the pH of your scalp and all that other stuff. I could give you something like that that'll probably be gentle, more gentle on the hair, right, and still do the job. And so we want to do that. Okay. And so another thing that you're going to look at as far as treatments or remedying, addressing seborrheic dermatitis in this winter season is going to be stress reduction. Stress reduction. Now, I know it's easier said than done for me to say, just relax, don't stress. Because you're like, that's easy for you to say, but I'm stressed out. I have anxiety. I have a lot of stuff going on, right? Well, that's okay. So exercise definitely is going to reduce stress. But even if you're under the care of a great trichologist, hey girl, that's me, then you are going to experience a really relaxing environment in the clinic. So being able to take 15, 30 minutes to lay down, to relax, to listen to jazz, to just really decompress, scalp massage, different things like that is going to be really good for you. And like I said, again, reducing fats in your diet. But guess what else? Taking fish oil supplements. So if that omega-3 is going to really help you. Now, listen, also with seborrheic dermatitis, I do have this amazing treatment here that is DIY. It has omega-3, 6, and 9 in it. And it absorbs right away. It does not leave the scalp greasy and oily and all that other stuff. And so that's going to be something that you probably want to look into, as well as changing your shampoo for a time. I believe that different seasons, different shampoos, treatments, conditioners, all that other stuff. And so if you believe that as well, then you want to see me, your trichologist, because I'm going to give you your kit for the winter so that we can keep your seborrheic dermatitis down, possibly psoriasis, and then even as far as inflammatory psoriasis, as well as folliculitis. So if you are a man, maybe you are experiencing those what you call razor bumps and all that other stuff, right? So you want to be very, very, very diligent with inflammatory issues in the winter. So once again, and just as a recap, because I'm about to go. So if you are a professional, meet me at Trichology 911 because I have a big announcement. Okay. So anyway, if you are experiencing seborrheic dermatitis, it is absolutely inflammatory. And so you need to make sure that you are getting in to see a trichologist. How do you know you have seborrheic dermatitis? When all dandruff is not created equally. You may have inflammation, of course, because it is inflammatory. You'll have red patches on the scalp or erythema. You'll have dandruff. It could be yellow. It could be white. It would be on the scalp. It would be on the eyebrows, the mustache, the beard, behind the ears, on the sides of the nose. You'll have scalp itching, and you'll also have tenderness, right? So some of the causes, again, is going to be, of course, the yeast on your scalp, but winter weather causes it to worsen, right? It is manageable, right? It is something that recurs, but it is manageable. If you're doing what you've been doing and you're getting the same thing that you're getting, then I need for you to schedule your phone hair analysis, okay? Because I gotta get your cute back, right? And then also another thing that will cause it is stress and poor fatty diets. That is foods that are fast food and high in grease and fried and sugars and alcohol and all that other stuff. So, I'm not trying to take your fun, but I'm just saying there's a way to manage it, okay? And so once again, some of the treatments that you would get, your dermatologist may give you ketoconazole. It is very drying on the hair. So if you want to use that and you're like, okay, I need some kind of a strategy to use it still, but not to, really dry my hair, then you need to go ahead and schedule your phone consultation, okay? Corticosteroids they may give you for the inflammation, but again, remember I was saying that if you adjust your diet, you also can help with that, and you don't have to necessarily use hydrocortisone or corticosteroids, right? Also, your shampoo should be different. If it's not the ketoconazole shampoo, you need a shampoo that may have selenium, zinc pyrithione, coal tar salicylic acid in it. You want to reduce your stress. And good thing about that, like I said, very calm environment here in my office, or maybe another trichologist that is by you, to just kind of reduce your stress and kind of take it down a notch. And then also with reducing fats, you want to start taking fish oil supplements. Okay. So that was fun and that was quick. I hope I helped you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a great day today. Happy hair growing. And listen, go ahead and join me if you are a professional on Trichology 911, because I got some good stuff coming up. All right. Have a good day. Happy hair growing.